Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Yusuf. I'm an Oxford medical student as well as the director of the Aspiring Medics. The Aspiring Medics is the UK's leading platform helping students to get into medicine and dentistry. If you haven't already, please sure to smash that subscribe button. It's the best way to keep up to date with all of our videos and it makes me really happy. Thank you. In this video, we're going to be talking about sixth form tips. This is everything that I wish I knew and we'll be going through it step by step. What you'll start to realise during sixth form is that you've all of a sudden got loads of these free periods and your teachers bang on about independent learning and how that's important for university, but they don't really teach you how to manage your time. And one of the most fundamental skills you can learn as a student, no matter your age, is how to manage your time. And that's all about time boxing and using, for example, I swear by a Google Calendar. It's how I organise, it's how I arrange my whole life. And we've got a whole video on time management coming up very soon, which you can check out here. In essence, time management is all about assigning the right level of priority and urgency towards your tasks and setting those recurring events to occur, whether it be every weekday, whether it be on a weekly basis, whether it be only on weekends, and being able to colour coordinate that will be really useful for you. And that way you'll be able to prioritise all the other dimensions of your life, whether it be sixth form, having a part-time job, music, sports, drama, all your other extracurriculars, work experience, etc. So organising that on a Google Calendar will be really useful. But of course, a Google Calendar or time management system is only as good as your self-discipline to actually execute on that. And the thing that I'd say about time management is to ensure that it's something that's realistic and that you can hold yourself accountable to that. It's no point having an overly ambitious schedule that you're not going to follow, that you get tired about following. That's not a good schedule. You want to make it something that motivates you, that has the right balance of stuff you all look forward to as well as stuff that you need to do. I can't lie, I was that annoying kid front of the class that would always ask why. You know, I'd always want to understand, okay, but why is that happening? Because it's really fundamental that you understand why something happens. You don't want to be rote memorizing anything, particularly in biology, particularly in chemistry. You want to be understanding the fundamental processes by which something can occur. This is also linking into our Oxbridge mindset as well. And that's always asking why to understand why something's occurring, whether it be because of chronological order, whether it be how a mutation could therefore result in changes to the proteins and how the changes to a protein structure can therefore change its function and how that can therefore affect a cell, how that could affect a tissue, how that could affect a body, and how could that potentially result in symptoms. One of the most important pieces of advice I would have given to my sixth form self, so to my 17, 18-year-old self, would be to embrace Anki. Anki and Quizlet are absolute game changers because they are online flashcard systems that can be used and they literally apply the principles of spaced repetition and critically active recall. And that's exactly what you want. You will not learn anything just from reading something and reading it as many times or even writing it out unless you're able to actively recall it. Because at the end of the day, in an exam setting, that's what you're going to have to do. It's going to be about active recall, not about recognition. And therefore, the most that you can do is learn how to use active recall and force yourself to do it. You won't enjoy it at first testing yourself, but you will get into the habit of it and you will learn how to do it and you'll get better and better at it. We're going to have a whole new video coming on how to use Anki as well, so stay tuned for that.
One thing that I wish I knew before going into A-levels is how to choose your A-level options wisely. So when you're given your A-level options booklet, you're probably going to be advised to choose facilitating subjects. What this essentially means is choosing subjects that are respected by a wide range of jobs and open up lots of different career paths in terms of degree options and so on. So these are subjects such as maths, the sciences, English, languages, history, geography, and so on. In most cases, if you don't know exactly what you want to do in the future, this is quite a wise choice because it does indeed open up a lot of options. However, if you are a little bit more set on what exactly you want to do in the future, it makes sense to choose subjects that precisely complement that decision. For example, in the case of medicine, it's really important to choose chemistry as an A-level. And this is because almost every med school advises you to have chemistry, and not having it will put you at a slight disadvantage. It is of course also important to choose subjects that you're going to do well in and also enjoy. So make sure to choose a balance of all these factors in your options. During your time at A-level, you're quite likely to encounter a range of different people using different strategies to revise for their exams. And indeed, it's important to be able to identify what works for you and include that in your revision. However, there is one strategy that works for almost everybody and really should be included in your repertoire, and that is the use of past papers. Past papers are brilliant because they are pitched at the right level, in the right style, and including the right content for your syllabus. Most exam boards provide a long list of past papers, and it really would be a disadvantage to not make full use of this list of past papers.
Some other things that are really important to know in sixth form is to understand that balance is a really big factor of how you go through your university and school life. It's a really easy thing to start working on in high school, because then by the time you're in university, you understand the importance of having a life outside of medicine, and you understand the importance of being able to bounce back after a really stressful week or a really hard day. So to be able to pick up hobbies that can balance out your studies is a really good thing to start doing in sixth form. The other thing would be to have a really good support network present in high school. Just because if things are going poorly for you, or if you feel like you're not improving as much as you think you should be in a certain subject, it's really good to have people to go back to and who can help you kind of lift you up and encourage you to do better. And as well, just so that you have friends around you who understand what you're going through as well, and not everything is super stressful, you're not going through everything alone kind of thing.
I think that looking back, one of the things I really would have benefited from at the start of my sixth form years would have been tutoring. I never really looked at tutoring as an option. I knew that there were options for tutoring with the A-level subjects I was taking, but never really looked into them too much. The Aspiring Medics offers a tutoring service for something I never really considered a thing, which is tutoring for the medical school application specifically. And that's something that I think can really benefit a lot of students out there who are in need of one-to-one guidance for their application. Something I wish I'd known about at the start of my sixth form years was the Extended Project Qualification, or EPQ for short. It's a lot of work to do alongside your other studies, but it can be really valuable not only when you come to interview and your personal statement, but also when you get to your university years after you've got into med school potentially. It really can teach you those academic writing skills that you don't really tend to come across in your A-level years. And also it really gives you something to talk about at your personal statement and interview levels of any medical school application. And so having that information early on in your first year of sixth form can help you to decide whether or not you want to do it or not.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you found it useful. Let us know down in the comments below what your tips are, and if you've got any questions about study skills or about sixth form, and I promise you that I'll be able to answer them. So we hope you found it useful, and until next time, take care.